Alright, this is going to be a video of this 52-inch Westinghouse brand ceiling fan that I got at the Habitat Restore. And I got it because I volunteer there. What I do for them is refurbish ceiling fans, receive a donation, and make them more sellable and presentable than how they originally came in. I know this is a Westinghouse brand fan because it actually says Westinghouse on the pendants. No idea what model it is though, because it isn't indicated anywhere like on the top of the motor or anything. Interestingly enough, I have actually seen one of these before, and I believe iron finish. Ever since then, I really wanted one, and it's kind of cool to have one now, even though this is the polished brass model. Without any further ado, I will demonstrate it, and I'm going to start with the lights. These do work, and I'm using 4 60-watt equivalent energy-saving compact fluorescent bulbs in there, which output a really good amount of light actually. And I'll turn that off. I'm now going to show the fan running and begin with the high speed. And I did put a black piece of tape on one of the blade brackets to indicate RPM. And this is probably going to go somewhere around maybe 230. It's a very powerful fan, blows a ton of air. Quite impressive actually. I wasn't actually expecting it to perform this well. Undoubtedly could cool a very large room with no problem. Going to go to medium now, and this is going to slow down to maybe 175 RPM. And lastly, for low, which I'll show with the fan and light on running at the same time, and this is going to slow down to maybe 80 RPM. Turn everything off here. Stop the blades. And I'm going to talk about some general information on it. This is probably one of my hardest fan restoration projects I've ever undertaken for one very simple reason. That is because whoever previously owned it was a very heavy smoker and they smoked in their house. This is probably one of the most severe cases of yellowing I have seen on a fan. The light oak side of the blades literally turned into like a walnut color, and the polished brass looked more like yellow. It was absolutely disgustingly gross, and I think I had to use a whole bottle worth of grease remover to actually get everything off. But once I did all that and spent a couple hours on it, the results are quite good because the polished brass is really shiny, and I honestly was not expecting it to look this spectacular. Another thing is it did not provide its original mounting bracket. That really was not much of a problem though, because I actually have a replacement, so that was pretty easy to fix, unlike the actual cleaning of the fan. Now I'm going to be touching on the pros and cons and discussing what I would rank it out of 5 stars. I really do like the design on the fan. It almost has kind of like a French provincial style and Asian theme going on at the same time. And the housing almost reminds me of a octagonal ceiling fixture like you'd see probably back in the 80s or 90s, which is quite cool looking actually. I do much like that. Also, it has several different looks you can do with it because the blades are reversible from medium oak to light oak. I am using the light oak side because I like that better than medium oak, at least in most cases, and I think it just looks the best with this fan. Also, it has a 4 light kit which is removable because you can just install it with a blank switch cap. I really do like the globes on here because they're interesting shape, not ones you'd commonly find. What I don't like, however, is the fan, of course, was disgustingly dirty, very hard to restore, and also it does appear to have some vibration problems. Although they're not huge, they are noticeable, especially on the high speed. But other than that, I'd probably have to give this 4 out of 5 stars. Very nice looking fan, especially the polished brass version, although from what I've seen of the iron version, that does look quite nice too. And a couple interesting notes. First of all, the blades can almost kind of have like a curved tip to them, much like what you'd see on an SMC fan. Don't think I've actually ever seen any Westinghouse fans beside these with that kind of blade. Another thing is the blade brackets do much resemble what you'd find in a Heritage fan, and I believe these were originally inspired from Casablanca, because I know on some of their fans they use these type of brackets. Alright guys, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed the video, and if any of you could please tell me the model in this, or maybe where it was sold, or maybe just want to share your opinion on it, that would be much appreciated. And there's lots more to come.